Hey guys, this is Destin Garrick, otherwise known as the Erotic Rockstar. Kegel exercises for men. If you've been searching around about Kegel exercises, chances are most everything that you've been finding has had to do with women. In the 1950s, this gynecologist, Dr. Arnold Kegel, invented these sets of exercises largely aimed at pregnant women and women who have just given birth, to help them retighten up their pelvic floor muscles, to both help them deliver children, but also to help tighten things back up, so to speak, after having a baby. Well, funny things started happening. These women were reporting back that they were sometimes having their first orgasms ever, or suddenly their orgasms were becoming a lot more powerful, or they were suddenly starting to have multiple orgasms. An interesting set of side effects, to say the least. However, the truth is, Kegel exercises are good for everyone, women as well as men. In my opinion, every person on the planet should be doing Kegel exercises. Your PC muscles, which stand for your pubococcygeus muscle, hence PC, is also known as the sex muscle. It goes from your pubic bone, right here, comes down around the base of your cock, to that area between your scrotum and your anus, is your anal sphincters, and connects to your coccyx, or tailbone here. Pubic bone, coccygeus, or coccyx, PC muscle. So for men, by strengthening your PC muscle, it helps you have stronger erections, decreases the likelihood of erectile dysfunction, and is key in overcoming things like premature ejaculation, but also in being able to be fully at choice over where you are in your level of arousal and whether you're going to ejaculate it or not. And it is also key in being able to experience non-ejaculatory orgasms or even male multiple orgasms. Okay, sounds good. Now how do you do them? There are quite a few different ways of playing with your PC muscles, but one of the most common things that's said is next time you go to the bathroom, just stop your flow of urine, and then when you release again, that muscle that you're using to stop and release, that's your PC muscle. And that's kind of true. It's part of your PC muscle, and it's a great way to start to become aware of those muscles. However, if every time you go into the bathroom you're starting and stopping and starting and stopping, it can actually get to a point where your body gets kind of confused as to whether your bladder is fully empty or not. And that can lead to infections and things like that. So it's good to locate that way. But once you have it located, you don't need to be going to the bathroom to be playing with it. You can be playing with it anywhere, anytime. In fact, I'm squeezing my PC muscles right now. One thing that I found particularly helpful when exploring Kegel exercises is to either sit on your heel or some small object like a ball, a tennis ball. Place it in that area between your scrotum and your anus, known as the perineum, or commonly referred to as a chode or taint. Sitting on it in that way can just really give you something to resist against as you're squeezing on the muscle and just help you feel it easier as you're doing so. The first PC exercise that we're going to play with is known as the quick squeeze. And it's quite simple. All you're going to do is squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. I'm using my hand simply to show you what my PC muscles are doing. So as my hand squeezes here, I'm contracting or clenching with my PC muscles. And as I'm releasing here, I'm releasing with my PC muscle. Squeeze, release. When we do 10 together, squeeze, release, 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 squeeze, release. The second PC exercise that we're going to play with is the slow squeeze. So instead of these squeeze release, it's going to be more controlled. More of a squeeze, Notice how I'm just as controlled in the release as I am on the squeeze. This is important. It's kind of like if you went to the gym or you're doing dumbbell curls. You wouldn't want to do this slow. No. If you want real control of the muscle, you need to be controlled in your curl up as well as in your release. Likewise here. Squeeze. Release. It's an intermediate level exercise. And this third exercise is really an advanced exercise. So if all this is brand new to you, put this one on hold for a while. It's known as the elevator method. Here what we're going to do is play with 3 levels, like an elevator moving up between floors. Squeezing in about 1/3 of the way, squeezing in 2/3 of the way, squeezing in as tightly as you can, holding, releasing 1/3, releasing 2/3, releasing completely. Let's do that again. 1/3, 2/3, squeeze completely. Release, release, release completely. Squeeze, 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 release, release, release. Squeeze, 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 release, release, release. Squeeze, 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 release, release, release. And there you have it. There are many ways of exercising and exploring your PC muscles, but these are 3 powerful ones. One great regimen that you could start with is simply 50 rapid squeezes in the morning and 50 in the evening. Then as that becomes easier, add in an additional 10 slow squeezes, slow releases in the morning and 10 in the evening. And then when you're really up for it, bring that number to 20. And then when you're up for it, bring in at least 10 of those elevator methods. Make a daily habit of this, and you're well on your way to having a top-notch, strong PC muscle by exploring this one simple thing. You will experience some pretty major changes in how you relate to your sexuality. More stamina, more pleasure, more powerful orgasms, harder erections. It's like going to the gym. If you go once, and never again, you're not necessarily going to see a whole lot of results. But if you go on a regular basis, over time, you will see results. Start your explorations of your Kegel exercises today. It is the first key to really experiencing orgasmic mastery. And to learn the rest of the tools that you need to attain true orgasmic mastery, simply head on over to orgasmicmastery.com, register today, and take your sex life to a whole new level.